Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. We are doing a timeless reading for you today. This is seeing where you are on your destiny, on your journey forward. We're going to see what's written in the stars for you at this time and what Spirit wants you to know. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. As always, I am truly grateful for each and every one of you. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so not all the messages that come out will be for everybody. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind, and you may also want to check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus sign readings for some further information. But let's get right into it and see what we've got for you. We have the Heart of Compassion. Divine Channel, beautiful. You are worthy. Yes, you are. Soul Contracts. Bumpy Ride, and we have Rise Above. Okay, so first of all, you, Sag, I think are stepping into a deeper level of understanding through the Heart of Compassion. When we embrace compassion, we also embrace empathy. And I think here that you have some very unique gifts to understand people's energy, their moods. You've just got this great wisdom that is around you. However, Sag, I think sometimes you are not showing yourself the same level of compassion or empathy that you may show to others. But I think here that you have the ability and you are opening up your heart, your soul. I think here that you, part of your strengths, part of your gifts, part of your spiritual journey is to be that guiding light for others, is to be that ear, the shoulder that people can lean on, because you are full of fire, you are full of strength, Sag, and sometimes maybe a little bit misunderstood, okay? But when we have the Heart of Compassion, this is Spirit saying that there's a lot of people around you who benefit from you and your energy, just what you project and what you put out there. And your powers are growing. You're getting stronger as you go through your days, as you do your own inner work, as you do your healing, as you embrace your true sense of self and who you are and who you're meant to be and where you're meant to go. Now, this could be a little bit accidental, that people are maybe drawn to you, or it could be a lifelong thing. And maybe sometimes you feel a little bit like a bartender, right? You know how, saddle up to the bar of Sag and, oh man, you just grab me a beer. Oh man, I got some things to get off my chest. And then maybe you're just someone that people naturally do open up to a little bit. And it may be sometimes a little bit annoying. But I feel as though you don't really turn people away. And that is a gift. That is a gift that you have living within your heart, within your soul. And it is beautiful. And it is growing and it is evolving as you move along your journey. But you are also ultimately a divine channel for wisdom, for knowledge, for messages. And that could be part of why, people do benefit from your presence, or they listen to things that you have to say. Because the messages, the advice, the wisdom that you put out there, it's coming from above, right? You are a channel for angels, spirits, guides, the messages from the universe, so that you can help other people on their journey. But don't ignore your own energy here as well. okay? Because when you channel messages, when you channel information and wisdom, and when you channel guidance, okay, yes, you do have the ability to put it out there for other people. Whether you do this as a career path or just accidental, okay, it just might be part of your journey. But there's also messages and communication that come here for you as well. So remember that, okay, because some things that you are meant to absorb and some things you're meant to share. And I feel here that you really are stepping into your own natural gifts, talents, and abilities to channel information and to receive that guidance and those messages. And it may be just something that comes a little bit naturally to you, so you may not necessarily realize it, okay? Or it may be something that you're opening up to here at this time as well. But it's a beautiful energy, right? Because you are so connected with the energy around you, with the universe. And there's just so much beautiful light that's coming through you and to you. So embrace it. It may feel kind of weird sometimes, like I said, okay? But it is all a blessing. Sometimes maybe it doesn't feel like one, especially if you are really somebody that people are really drawn to. Because I feel here in this energy that even if you're having a bad day, even if you are kind of tired or down in the dumps, again, I feel as though you don't turn anyone away. Maybe you should at some point, okay? Sometimes, because maybe it's a little bit draining occasionally. But I feel here that you do have that heart of gold, that compassion. And I think that if you do turn people away, you probably feel bad a little bit, okay? But remember, boundaries are very important. Sometimes, okay, so even though we want to put ourselves out there, we want to do good, we want to help other people, okay, we feel bad if we say no or we turn them away. Sometimes you do need to protect your own energy, and you do need to put up those boundaries for your space and time. So just keep that in mind. But I feel here that some of you may lack a little bit of confidence. Now, you are a very fiery sign, Sag, okay, but we all have a shadow side, right? We all have our human side. And when Spirit tells you you are worthy, okay, believe in yourself. You're worthy of all of the gifts, the talents, the skills that you have. You are worthy of divine guidance. You are worthy of all of the gifts that you possess. And Spirit's really wanting you to let go of any energies of lack of self-confidence, of fear of the unknown, maybe as well. Okay, because as you open up, as you evolve, as you move forward, right, things get a little bit more powerful. And sometimes that's a little bit frightening, right? Because the fear of the unknown, right? Or, or if you are someone that you do attract kind of not necessarily broken people, people that need that help or guidance or that wisdom. Maybe sometimes you doubt the information and advice that you give out, right? You're like, who the hell am I to give this person this advice? I don't know anything about this, okay? But Spirit wants you to let that go. Because a lot of the time, the information that you put out there, the guidance that you give, the words of wisdom that you give, they're not coming directly from you, right? Remember, you're channeling that information. So you do need to understand the difference between you and your information and the information and the messages that you are actually channeling. Okay, so and sometimes we do muddle that line a little bit. Okay, so I feel here that you know how to recognize the difference between the two. Okay, because we can channel things without lighting candles or sitting in meditation, right? Sometimes it just kind of comes a little bit naturally. But if you feel that you're not worthy of giving this advice or this information, number one, you are, okay, you're chosen. But number two, it's not all just from you. Okay, so let go, right? Let go. Just go with the flow. All right, be that divine guide, be that divine channel, because you're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. Before you came into human existence, you signed a soul contract. You agreed before you came into human form to follow a certain path, to do certain things. You came here with a job. You came here with a reason. You came here with a purpose. You came here with the intent to have certain experiences, because this is all part of the evolution of your soul, right? Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I think here, Sag, that some of you have been around a long time. You're very wise, you're very old souls. But part of your contract may be to be this channel, this guide, this light for other people. Part of your contract may be to be that shoulder that other people lean on or cry on or just offload their energy, right? I'm one of those people. All right. I manage people for a living. Okay. And, my office door is always open. And I am forever getting people in my office, and they just want to vent, or they just want to offload. They want to get something off their chest. Sometimes they're looking for some guidance, sometimes not. But all my life, I have been through that energy. All my life, I have attracted people that need fixing, that need healing. Sometimes to my own detriment, because I also don't turn people away. So I think here that, Spirit really wants you to let go of any worries, fears, or doubts and just trust in your journey. Trust that you are evolving the way you're supposed to evolve. Trust that you have this contract and you are fulfilling it. You are living it. You are well on your journey. You're exactly where you're meant to be. So let go of any doubts. Go with the flow. Embrace it. Life gets a little bit easier when you do that. And your soul does want you to know that sometimes, it's a little bit of a bumpy ride. Sometimes it's not the easiest path to follow, okay? But you are ultimately rewarded for all of the good that you put out. You're building up some great karma that's going to come flowing back to you. But your bumpy ride energy here, this is your guidance from your soul saying, don't worry about it, right? We're meant to shake things up a little bit every once in a while. There's some changes, there's some shifts that are happening. Your powers are growing stronger and bigger. You may have, a lot of different people that may come to you, or you may really be feeling other people's energy, but you are stepping into your true purpose, right? You are following that soul contract. You are living the life that you are meant to live. Sometimes it's rocky, sometimes it's bumpy, sometimes it's easy breezy, right? We take the good with the bad. And Spirit wants you to know that, number one, that sometimes it can be a rocky road for you. But Spirit does want you to, again, go with the flow. To trust in your journey, to trust in the guidance that you're receiving, to trust in your path. And when we go with the flow, we let go of resisting what we know to be true. Things do get a little bit easier. But your plan here, your soul's plan for you, is to give you deeper insights and bigger perspectives. The rise above energy is bringing you clarity, bringing you insights, bringing you in that guidance, that channel of information, of energy. But you are here to be that guiding light, to help people see things from a different perspective. You are here to see things for your own journey from a different perspective. When we rise above our human vibe and when we transcend, okay, when we expand our consciousness, we look at the big picture, we are enlightened, we open our eyes to a different possibility, a different perspective. We can look at things from a different vantage point, right? And, if you look at, say, just a skyscraper, right? when you're standing on the sidewalk, watching all the people, the cars go by in a hustle and bustle, everything seems big, everything's, you can see things clearly, right? But you can only really see what's in front of you. You can't see 5 blocks away. Go to the top of the skyscraper, and all of a sudden your perspective changes, your vantage point changes, and all of a sudden you can see for miles. And the problems or the things that were right in front of you when you were down on ground level, when you are at the top of that skyscraper, they seem so small. But the world seems so big. Infinite possibilities, right? So Spirit wants you to rise above any low vibe energies, any fears, worries, doubts. Be in the flow of the universe. Be in the energy of acceptance, so that you can see the big picture and you can see things from that higher perspective. That's when the clarity comes in. That's when the answers come in. That's when things click into place. But your soul's plan for you is to also to help other people see things from a different perspective also. To give them some clarity and insights. To help them see things a little bit differently. Help them overcome some obstacles and challenges on their path too. It's an important journey here, Sag, okay? A very important journey that you're on. We have the Apocalypse energy coming in here, the Last Judgment. That is the Judgment card. Interesting. We have the Contender, the 5 of Scepters. The Conservator, the 4 of Orbs. And we have the Emperor. Beautiful. Look at you. Stepping into your gifts. Letting things go. Seeing things from a different perspective. Sorting out some challenges. When we have the Judgment card here, the Apocalypse, the Last Judgment. This is number 1, an awakening. Okay? When we reach judgment, we kind of see our life sometimes flash before our eyes, but we see the light at the end of the tunnel. We see our purpose. We see our path forward. We see things clearly. The truths are revealed. The answers are revealed. The knowledge is revealed. The path forward may be revealed as well. Huge spiritual awakening here with this particular energy. But when we have this energy, this is when we really do bring things to the light. We gain clarity. We see the truth. And then we make a choice. We make a decision. Remember, you always have free will. You are human. And one of the greatest gifts that we have as humans is free will. So you can accept the gifts that are given to you, or you can choose not to. You can let go of worries, fears, doubts, your past, your insecurities, so that you can embrace the light and you can take the next steps. You can transcend, right? But this brings in some healing for you as well. So perhaps you are recognizing that part of your gifts is to help other people, is to help people gain clarity and insights, see things from a different perspective. Perhaps part of your journey there is to help people learn and grow as well. So it's a powerful energy. So again, I feel here as though you may have a choice to make, right? Judgment, the last judgment, the final judgment, an important decision, an important choice. Which path are you going to follow? Which direction are you going to take? So a little bit of a decision there, perhaps. But I think here you can also help other people make their choices and decisions too. We do have the Contender, 5 of Scepters, and the 5 of Scepters is the 5 of Wands energy. Challenges and obstacles. This brings in a little bit of drama or chaos. a little bit of conflict sometimes. And sometimes I think here that, again, you are, number one, you might be the bumpy ride right there. Okay. That's really related to the bumpy ride. Okay. Sometimes it's not easy. And sometimes you may have a bunch of people beating at your door or trying to take your energy a little bit. Okay. Sometimes there's drama, right? The Five of Wands can bring about some drama. But it can also be sometimes a collaborative energy as well. Okay, resolving issues and conflicts, dealing with obstacles and challenges so that you can help people, or that so you yourself can feel a stability. Okay, or to, really feel safe and secure. So I think here that you have the ability to guide people through their challenges, through their drama, to give them a little bit of a peace of mind, okay, or to, get them to a place where they're feeling a little bit more secure. But the Four of Orbs, the conservator energy, the Four of Orbs is also a reminder to protect yourself a little bit, okay, because it can be a card of protecting your assets, okay, protecting what you have while you're on your journey, okay, being a little bit conservative. So remember, with that five of Wands energy, right? Sometimes you might have a whole bunch of things to do. You might have a bunch of people, a lot of people will call it beating down your door. But sometimes, again, you might need to put the brakes on. You might need to just protect yourself a little bit, right? Sometimes maybe you do need to say no, or not today. Or can you come back in a couple of hours? But protect and ground your energy, okay, so that people don't steal it. All right. Because I do feel that some of you, you are empaths, right? You can feel other people's energy, or you can read other people's energy. Maybe you can read auras as well, or you just have a sixth sense, like an inner knowing of what's going on, right? You talk to somebody and you're like, are you okay? But remember to protect and ground your own energy, okay? So that you are channeling divine energy and you're not giving yours away. Okay, very important. But I do feel here that people see you quite often as somebody who is very wise and somebody who can bring a little bit of stability to an otherwise chaotic situation. Because we do have the Emperor coming here also. And the Emperor is ultimately an advice card, okay? It's also one with a lot of wisdom, stability, deep insights. So again, people may look up to you in this Emperor energy as somebody who can give them guidance and wisdom in whatever it happens to be. And of course, they gravitate towards you, right? But I think with the Emperor coming in here, you are also stepping into your true powers. And you really are, we have the Emperor, it brings in a lot of success to you. So I think here for some of you, again, you are successfully living out your soul contract, right? You're doing what you meant to do, what you are meant to do. You're on the path you are meant to be on. We're always on the right path. Sometimes we take those little divine detours, but who says those detours are not also part of our journey? Huh? Nothing is really by accident. But I think here that you are really gaining deep insights, new levels of wisdom. And I think here that, even if there's, a little bit of bumps in the road, some challenges on your path, I think that's going to settle down for you. Okay. Because we do have the Emperor's card number 4 Okay, and we do have the Four of Pentacles here also. So I think here that, we do have the 5 coming in that brings a little bit of, challenges. Okay, even the Judgment card, even though it is a big spiritual shift for you, it is also where we're making some decisions, or we're sorting some things out, or do we let some things go, right? It can bring in some healing and forgiveness, and can also bring in second chances as well. So I feel here that this is not the first time on your journey, right? I think you've been here before. And I think that perhaps you have also had an opportunity to live out this particular soul contract before. Maybe it didn't work out last time, right? Sometimes we don't complete it. We don't complete our journey, or we choose not to. Okay. But I think here that you are on like at least the second time around. Okay. But you're successful this time around. Okay. That Emperor, success. Okay, stepping into your true gifts, your true sense of authority and stability. A lot of stability here for you. We have retrograde energy with review. Pallas Athena with think. And if I can get the last card, Imam Kolai, and we have root. Grounding, stability comes in here. Planting your roots. So with the retrograde energy bringing us the energy of review. Whenever anything is in retrograde, things seem like they're going backwards. Okay. So that's why sometimes in retrograde energy, like Mercury retrograde and things, sometimes things come back from the past and things like that. Okay. Or we get a do-over. Sometimes that's a good thing. But with the retrograde energy giving a review, the last judgment, the judgment card also can be a review. Okay. Again, there's something here where you are making a decision, or you're doing some sort of reflection. You're gaining deeper levels of insights and wisdom. But I think here that you are looking at your current circumstances. You're looking at where you've come from, what your life has been like so far, so that you can make a choice. You can move forward, or you can let certain things go, okay, or that you can deal with things. But with the review energy here, I think that you do also have that great gift of helping people talk through things. Like, okay, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. Do you want to talk about it? No, not really. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, tell me what happened. So I think that when you are dealing with other people, you may really have a talent for getting them to open up a little bit and to help them tell you their story or tell you what's going on, so that you can help them think about things, Pallas Athena, in a different way. Right? Remember, we have that rise above energy, that higher perspective. And you may sometimes come across as the voice of reason. Or you might not always necessarily give people advice, because I don't really feel it's necessarily so much advice than a little bit of guidance or some messages, right? Guidance is a little bit different than advice sometimes, okay? Sometimes it probably is advice, right? Especially with the Emperor there. But I think guidance is probably a little bit more of a fitting word. But I think here that when you do get people to open up or to review their situation, you ask questions, you gain, you get them to think about things in a different way, see things from a different perspective. And this can certainly help other people on their journey, because sometimes it's important to let people make their own decisions. But perhaps with this higher perspective, you can help people make their decisions, judgment, in a way that empowers them rather than making decisions for them, right? Well, what if you did it this way? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about looking at things from this perspective? Have you put yourself in someone else's shoes? right? And sometimes when people are in the weeds or they're in the thick of things, they don't think about things that way. But you may have that ability to be that neutral party, okay, that can help people see things in that way, gain that enlightenment in that way. But I think here with the think energy, with the Pallas Athena energy, I think there's a lot of introspection that you are doing as well in your current journey, because there is this spiritual shift coming in for you, okay, especially with that Judgment card there. And I think here that you are probably in the midst right now of some deep contemplation, right? You are reviewing your own situation, your own life, your own circumstances, and this has got your motors turning, right? It's got your gears turning with that thinking energy. So you might be doing some very deep introspection here, thinking about your path. Where am I going next? What does this mean, right? You may even be doing a little bit of soul searching here. But I think here with the think energy, you also have a very sharp wit and a very sharp mind. And your ability to gain clarity and insights is growing by leaps and bounds. But I don't really feel that you've got an overthinking energy, which is good, because overthinking, we get in a vortex and we get stuck. Okay, I don't think it's an overthinking energy. I think it's just very gaining clarity and gaining those insights that you may be looking for. Imam Kolai has to do with our roots, where we've come from. What roots did we plant? What seeds did we plant that have grown? Do we need to make some change? Think of that tree of life, or think about that family tree. Something that may have been planted, maybe have been grown roots many, many moons ago, many years ago, or even lifetimes ago, has grown and blossomed into something. But is it still good for you? Okay. Or do you need to make some change? But this energy here also shows that there has been something here that has been planted for you, and now you have blossomed into this beautiful tree, right? You've planted your roots, you planted your seeds, you signed your soul contract, and you are right now blossoming into exactly where you're meant to be, who you're meant to be, and what you're meant to do. But you may be exploring some things here of where you've come from or what your purpose is here, right? What are your roots? Where do they go back to? So again, it's kind of this review and this think energy here, okay? All hinging on pretty much that Judgment card there. But I think you're going to get the answers that you're looking for. I think you're figuring things out. And I think that you are stepping into who you're truly meant to be in a very powerful and positive way. But just like the tree, you can spread your wings, you can spread your branches out. You are branching out to new heights. But remember that whenever you're doing, right, the advice that comes from the Emperor, okay, when we root ourselves, we ground our energy, okay, and I'm getting a very big message here that you do need to make sure, especially with that Four of Orbs, you do need to make sure that whatever it is that you are doing, that you do ground your energy, that you do plant those roots for yourself. When I see this card, I get reminded of what I do sometimes to get myself grounded before doing readings, before doing spiritual practice. And what I sometimes do, not always, depends what I'm doing, but what I do sometimes do is, number one, envision a beautiful white light. What I also envision is my feet planted on the ground, shooting roots down into the earth, and the earth coming back up with their roots and attaching themselves to my ankles. And that's what this card always reminds me of, just how the roots are coming up. So remember to ground your energy, okay, and to protect your own energy, especially if you, excuse me, do have a lot of people around you, or before you go helping others, or before you do channel any messages or anything like that. Very important to ground your energy, okay, to ground yourself, to root yourself. Okay, just so that you don't kind of float away, okay? Just so you don't kind of lose yourself, okay, while you're doing any of these things, while you're doing any of these, practicing any of these spiritual gifts, or, welcoming someone into your own energy field. But I do feel here that you have planted some very, very powerful roots, and you are growing and blossoming in such a beautiful way, right? Just like this emperor, you're filled with wisdom, success, and it's because you have been on the journey, right? Because you've had those ups and downs, you've had those challenges and struggles, you've overcome them, and you've got a lot of wisdom, you've got a lot of deep insights, okay, from this lifetime and past lifetimes too. And you have done your hard work. So embrace your power, embrace your strengths, embrace the path that you are on, because you are such a beacon and you are such a beautiful guiding light. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here that resonated with you. If so, please don't forget to hit like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.